Hello, T-Man here. For those coming by the first time, this is an anime-themed channel backed by my anime-themed tea business that I've had for about 6 years now. Before all of that, I was a personal trainer and overly obsessed martial artist. But lots of things happened, and that fitness life had to make way for the tea business life. And in late 2017, I left my stable job so I can throw even more of myself into the tea business, and in 2019 the YouTube channel. All that's nice, and it's helped greatly grow both of those. But what those overly long hours did to my body was not exactly pleasant. I gained over 100 pounds in 2 years, ballooning from my fighting weight of around 200 pounds to at my peak over 330 pounds. Sure, I had my livelihood to focus on, but at a certain point excuses just become embarrassing. So I'm dusting off my old personal trainer knowledge and I'm going to be doing something different. I'm going to take me from a fat sack of nothing into something a bit more presentable. From a filthy weeb back into a human. And I want to do it in a way that helps others out. It's easy for an already fit person who has had their habits already put into them, the job itself being fitness to tell you what to do and how to do it, regardless of time or energy. But it's another when someone who's in your position, or the worst position, shows you with his own knowledge and body how to get to that fit state. I know there's people out there who are looking to get into shape. You're probably not going to be able to follow my examples verbatim, but you'll at least have an idea of where to begin and where to go. I can't necessarily promise you anything, because this series is going to be done in somewhat real time. So if I fail this, it's gonna be a failure for all to see. So with all that being said, let's figure out how I could go from something like this to currently this. Aside from that massive disgusting gut, there's several other physical problems. I have the classic forward head tilt that so many people who spend their time in front of a computer have, and the other issue is the tilt in my hips, where my butt is pointing up in the air. The official name for this is anterior pelvic tilt, but I'm just going to refer to it as the butt tilt. Then there's the non-visible issues, such as never-ending back and neck problems. Overall a sad state for someone to be in, and I've been in this state for a few years now. Let's take a look at my current weight, measured October 1st, 2021. Here's one thing I miss, seeing my toes. Oh, there they are. The moment of truth. Day 1, October 1st, 2021. $288.6. Not as bad as 330 pounds, but still got a long way to go. 288 pounds. It's around 45 pounds lighter than the heaviest I've measured, but still nowhere near acceptable, especially for someone who championed health and fitness for so many years like I did. Let's take a quick look at the food for today. Something that's a bit unique for my position is that I take a nutritional shake that I, let's say, enhance. No, nothing illegal or scary. I use the same ingredients that I use in my energy products. I throw in some taurine and L-glutamine, around 1 gram each, common items in energy drinks. If you want to know what those do, look it up. I also throw in a bit of a secret ingredient, 5-HTP. Same deal, look it up, but since it's not as common, the main thing I noticed from this item is my mental focus and clarity improve a notable amount. This one I do between 100 and 150 milligrams. And finally, some pure caffeine. Unfortunately, you can't normally purchase this product. The FDA outlawed it back in 2018, unless you have something like a business that uses it. The reason for this is that too many people didn't seem to realize that energy drink numbers are measured in milligrams, not grams. So there was a lot of people who saw the number 160 and they thought it meant 160 grams. Guess what happened to them? So I avoid that. I generally put about 150 milligrams in there. I'm not exact with any of those numbers, just a rough estimate around that weight. I don't do this every morning, sometimes I just don't have the time. And if I don't have the time, I just take a regular energy drink. Frankly, this is not a good thing, but we'll talk about why at a different part of the journey. For this morning, I just had some eggs, 6 to be exact. Why 6? Because I'm fat. I used to do 4 plus bacon, but I took out the bacon. We'll talk more about diet in a little bit, but I think it's time to see what kind of training someone who did martial arts for over 15 years and was a personal trainer for over 5 years does. You can try and follow along, but it's not my fault if you die! Yep, that's it. This is day 1. I'll explain what this device is, followed by why I'm doing this. So this guy right here is a foam roller. Way back in the day, I thought these things were just a cheap gimmick. Until I actually tried one, as it turns out, it definitely wasn't. You may not want to spend money, but at a certain point, you kinda should. These things work fantastic. Better than I can really recommend. It's a way to give yourself a massage, loosen those muscles up, break up certain knots all over the place. This one, which is more advanced if you want to call it that, it's called Trigger Point. And how much did it cost? $35, I think, back in 2015. I don't know how much it'll cost now, but you don't need one this expensive. It's cheaper once you can get it at like Walmart or something for $10. But for whatever reason, I don't know the science, or at least I forgot the science, these little bridges do seem to help. So, yeah, that'd be my recommendation. Get yourself one of these guys. It does not matter what you do. You need one of these. As for normal massages, if I had the money, I'd definitely be getting massages, but I don't, so I go with this. Okay, so, foam roller. Cannot stress enough how wonderful of a tool it is. But why is my fitness journey starting out so meekly? Shouldn't I be doing something like those kung fu movies? Well, let's start with what my goals are. The obvious one is to lose weight, but it's not the only goal. In a way, it's almost secondary in that my primary goal necessitates fat loss. It's to get back in fighting shape. All the punches, kicks, and insane training that I used to be able to do. But the fact is, that point in my life is a long ways away. So, I'm doing only foam rolling, and starting tomorrow, stretching. For the first week. Why is that? Because of basic foundations. The first one is habits. Developing an easy habit and building on it later on is a lot easier than developing a difficult habit from the get-go. You'll be more inclined to do some uncomfortable foam rolling for a week than doing some out-of-breath jogging for a week. I'm building up the old habits of training, getting myself back into the rhythm and flow of doing something fitness-related until my mind starts to register it as part of my daily routine. On top of that, to be frank, my body is messed up in ways that the camera cannot pick up. Before I start doing any training with my muscles, I need to relax them, break up the many knots that have built up, release as much tension as I can. That's also why the first week is just this. What will be the point of beginning this journey, throwing a few punches, and throwing out my back or pulling my hamstring with a kick? If I wanted to feed my ego and swing my dick around, I'd open up an OnlyFans. Instead, I'm going to do this right, and that's exactly what I recommend for anyone else starting out. Look up foam rolling, get a basic habit going. Don't be worried about feeling like you're not really doing anything in the immediate. The healthier you a year from now is not going to give a damn how you started. Nor is anyone going to see someone who's become a better person and think, well, yeah, but you didn't sprint right out the gate, so is your health really that important? That'll be it for this episode. Join us for the next episode, as we look at just how quickly I failed, and the frustrating problems even this level of training has started to cause me. Subscribe, hit like, join us on Discord, and throw me your support so I can afford to eat better than hot dogs and onions. Quick little postscript I need to add. So I said I was going to get to the calories, but then I didn't. The reason why is because I was going to put a segment in that basically said, right now, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to develop one habit at a time. Right now it's just a basic working out, attempting to work out every single day. And as we'll see next episode, that's giving me enough issues as it is. Whipping out a journal to count all the calories is not going to make me want to do it anymore. When I get to phase 3 of my training, then I will start looking at nutrition a lot more. And you'll find out why I wait until phase 3, well, when we get to it.